Welcome people, it's your boy Sam Sisu back once again, and it's been some time. I must apologise to everybody who's subscribed to the channel and has been waiting for another drop. And I said to you some time ago that I've given up on FC25, 26, whatever it is, and that's it. And I wasn't going to buy another game, and I certainly wasn't going to do a video wasting my time opening packs, grinding the game to get absolutely nowhere and just feel like I've just wasted a year of my life playing a game which does not give anything back to me. And in fact, I don't even enjoy. I didn't enjoy. I felt like crap after playing every single session, and well, things haven't improved. And I must admit, I did end up buying FC26. No. Wait. Not the Ultimate Edition. I did not spend all that money buying the Ultimate Edition. I waited for about a month, and then I heard some really good reviews about the game. Everyone was talking about how this EA26 gameplay was the best, and it was really good, and everyone was enjoying it and scoring goals. And I must admit, I went and bought the game. And for the first month, I absolutely loved the game.
I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. I'll find the things
the gameplay, the scoring, you needed skill, you needed the know-how to play the game, and you succeeded. It didn't matter how much of a sweaty player that you played against, it didn't matter, because you could still win them. They could hold back and score 4 or 5 goals and defend like their life depended on it, but you would always go and win them and thrash them, and it was the best feeling ever. It was the best EA FC game ever made, in my opinion, in that first month. But then you had the normal rats, the tryhards, who simply bombarded EA with complaints about the game not being good enough, that no AI was helping them. There was nothing in the game that could stop decent players actually winning. And all these rats who were used to AI defending complained so much that EA went and did an update. Yes, they went and did an update about a month and a half or 2 months into the game, which completely destroyed the game. Those people who are good at the game were complaining about it. They were saying that this is a backward step, this is not what we wanted. But let's be honest, 90% of their players at this game are completely rubbish and rely heavily on AI defending and AI in everything that they do.
Right, so let's just stop and analyse what's just happened there.
Whether it's attacking, defending, or anything that they call football, it's been horrendous. And it's not a shock to me. It's not a shock to me that now the mainstream content creators on this game are coming out saying what they're saying. And this is just one example I'm going to play to you of Matt HD Gamer. I think this guy's honest. He's an honest content creator. I've always liked him. I've subscribed to him, and I've always liked his content because I always feel like he's genuine. He's not one of those guys who sucks up to EA and just puts out content, whatever, content that people want to see. He puts out genuine content, and this is one of those where he says we need to talk about EA Sports, and he lets rip about how the game has evolved for the worst. And look, for me, he's absolutely right. Everything he says.
EA Sports started this game with a promise that they would make the gameplay better, a promise that they would change the power curve so everyone still had gold cards by January. But the promises have failed, and the player base is furious. So what has gone so badly wrong with EAFC 26? We begin this journey right at the start, at the launch, where finally it seemed that EA had a genuinely decent gameplay experience with FC26. The game seemed rewarding for a change, it was more responsive than we used to, and it seemed quite skill-based as well, and less AI dependent. However, flash forward to March 24th, And we have our 15th update of the year. Yeah, that is a big problem. Which other game have you ever seen release this many patches and quite significant patches to their game? I will wait in the comments. I guarantee you won't find another game that has this many updates. It's at the start of every new game launch. EA always drop the ball and they listen way too much and aren't confident enough in their own gameplay that they feel the need to change it. That first weekend league, I went 14-1. I loved it. I thought, wow, the gameplay here is actually quite promising. I can see potential. But now if you play this game, the AI defending is an absolute joke. They literally do everything for you still. We're seeing the same meta experience every game. Every game as well is also a sweatfest with 74 player locks in each half. And it doesn't seem like skill is getting rewarded. I can say this weekend I was 10-0 in weekend league, but in 8 or 9 of those games, it was pure demons I was playing. And that's another problem that leads into the next problem, and it's time to bring the facts. From FC24 to FC25, there was a 25% player drop in the amount of players playing their game. From FC24 to FC26, there's been a 50% drop in people watching FC on Twitch's platform. They are true statistics which EA have confirmed, and you can see them yourself online. Those facts are startling, and it's something I see daily. Every time I'm live on stream, a lot of you guys say, "Man, you know what? I do not play this game anymore. I used to back in the FIFA 16 days." We get it all the time on the streams. And I'm seeing you guys drop off this game like never before. And that's a huge problem. It's only sweat left on this game. It's no longer casual and it's way too serious. But why is that the case? Part of the problem is the competitive game modes. Everything now is compete, compete, compete. Sometimes after work, school or college, whatever you guys are doing, you want to just pick up the game and have a few games of FIFA. You don't always want to win, win, win. That's part of the problem with having game modes like Champs, FC Pro League. Objectives are now competitive as well. Where are the days when we saw more friendly experiences and less about winning in Ultimate Team? I love competing and love testing myself, but not everyone wants to go online and have to win in order to get rewards. I mean, even this one here, this is literally a friendly objective. You've got to win 12 games to get that reward. You see what I'm saying here? Now, speaking of rewards though, and also the power curve, it's a huge, huge part of a topic as to why this game has gone very downhill in the last few months. EA literally stated themselves, "We want to be clear. Our commitment to a slower, steadier curve remains unchanged, and we're already making adjustments to ensure the experience reflects that promise." On the 22nd of September, that was stated there by Jamie Futikomenis, who works at EA Sports now, and that was on the Foot Weekly podcast. But what did EA really want to do? EA wanted to bring back a time, like FIFA 15 there on my old video, where gold teams were absolutely brilliant. And other than Team of the Year and Team of the Season, it was all about the gold cards. It's so cool looking back at this team because I remember vividly how overpowered they all were. That Memphis Depay card was incredible. But that's what essentially EA tried to do this year. And let me tell you, they failed miserably. But why have they failed? Well, let me tell you. Literally a few weeks after release, there were already 10 promo packs in the promo section of the store. A lot like these ones, which obviously would affect the power curve. That would then mean, no, you've then already got special promo players in your gold team already. So only a few weeks in, tens of promo packs were released, literally destroying their statement and not meeting their promise whatsoever about having a full gold team and having a slower power curve. That honestly was a horrendous statement. That did not go to plan. Now, for example, even if you go to the promo section now on the game, there are all these promos. There are 11 promo packs in the store. I'm not gonna lie, that is outrageously overpowered. That is absolutely ridiculous, EA, and you're wondering why there's no power curve anymore. You will not find any gold teams whatsoever now other than a swaps objective. This power curve is more like that power curve at this stage of the game. But when it comes to the gameplay experience, what really happened here with EA? Not only did updates and patches alter the game in a negative way, the servers have still got so much to answer for. Matchmaking is diabolical, the gameplay isn't responsive enough, and when was the last time you played a game of FC where you actually did not concede a goal? In FIFA 17, I used to honestly get messages a lot saying, "Wow, I found it really hard to get past you." That was because in that game, defending was actually skillful. and I put the hours in to get decent at defending. Whereas we've all put hundreds, if not thousands of hours into this game, and we all can still not defend. I'm watching pro players concede 6 goals a game every game. You have to have that mentality as attack is the best defense, and that's a problem. Defending is not rewarded whatsoever in this game. They promised there'd be less rebounds this year. I'm still scoring rebounds, feeling terrible. They made so many promises saying this gameplay would be so much better, and again, they did not deliver. You can't make this up though. This is from the trailer from EA. Nearly 4.5 million people have seen this, and they haven't forgot it. One of their statements was tackles and interceptions often bounce back to my opponent. They promised they'd fix that. It happens still all the time. Passing and dribbling feels sluggish. It still bloody does. They really said this on their trailer. Goalkeepers are still inconsistent. Penalties, I think, are dreadful in this game, guys. They need to really rework that as well. Penalties need to be way more skillful, I'll say it. My teammates need to make better runs. This is all things that they haven't fixed, by the way, and they promised they would deliver on that. Now, when it comes to Ultimate Team, though, I do think here there's a big part to play in that we are just getting the same thing every year now, over and over, and there's nothing really refreshing. For example, if you can name half of this promo team, I would be very impressed. Firstly, they're very hard to pack. Secondly, there's way too many bad ones, which means you don't really get excited for it. And by Sunday, you've already forgotten about this promo's even out. And then Monday to Friday, it's like, why are we even playing this game right now? Which again is losing players every day because of that reason. I can maybe name 4 or 5 promo players here. Other than that, I'm struggling. And with promos, there are still way too many, in my opinion. Yes, it's hype on a Friday night, 6 p.m. But the more promos means less build-up, less excitement for the next one. And each promo lately has felt like filler promo, and they haven't really bothered in making it decent. It really has felt like from Team of the Year since closing, I can't really remember a very good promo since Team of the Year. And it feels like there's a long lull until Team of the Season starts. And that's a big worry for EA. You can even tell when lightning rounds release these days, they no longer expire, which means less players are buying those packs, which has to worry EA. Now, one thing I will say that EA, though, have potential with is that they have obviously, since FIFA 09, struck gold with the Ultimate Team game mode. Foundationally, I do think and still believe that Ultimate Team is genuinely a seriously smart idea when they first launched it. And probably all the way up until FIFA 23, they got things mostly right. But now it's got to the stage where it's too much of the same promos, it's too much of the same game modes. Anything that we did love, like monthly rewards, got taken out. League SBCs aren't really the same as they once were. But the Ultimate Team game mode at its core is still a fantastic mode, but they are not getting it right. Firstly, I actually think there might be too many modes now and too many rewards. They've gone overkill. Gauntlet is even better than FUT Champions rewards. FUT Champions now isn't even really worth playing. You can get rank 1 and get an 88 rated player as your best reward. Whereas back in the day, that would be a guaranteed big player pick. And the rewards are more balanced back then now. And now it just feels like a lottery as to what you're going to get. But back to my point about Ultimate Team. The game mode, again, at its core, is still there. It's still great. But it genuinely feels like people are getting so bored of the same Ultimate Team every year. It launched in September. We get Team of the Year in January. We get promos in and out. Every week, it seems. We get the same players and the same promos year in, year out. People are getting tired of getting bad rewards in champs. People complain, we get updates. And it's rinse and repeat. It feels like in FC27, with GTA around the corner, by the way, they have to strike gold with either a brand new game mode that can compete with Ultimate Team or completely rebrand Ultimate Team. Even just updating the menus could be a start. How do the FIFA 13 menus on your screen now look way better than these? They've been the same menus and the same look for like 7 or 8 years now, and it feels like there's a lack of care. Although Evos is exciting, and probably the best part right now of Ultimate Team, I still believe they need to genuinely strike gold again with another genius idea like Ultimate Team. But where else have EA gone wrong with FC26? Now, last night I put a tweet out asking what you think about the current state of the game, and to say it went down, and this can give you a picture of what everyone's thinking right now of the current game and the state that it's in. Already there's 700 replies to this. So I did say, looking at this FIFA, what has gone so wrong there for EA? I see more and more people still playing every day. Is it the power curve? Is it the gameplay? Too many promos? what do you make of FC26 this year? And here we go with the replies. Right now, everything is wrong, starting with the gameplay. It was fun and enjoyable at release, but as always, career mode players complain about too many goals defending being too hard. Shots fired at Candy Sports, my other old friends there. Then the first patch drops and we're back to the usual. CPU defending and slow, unresponsive gameplay. We want gameplay where you're rewarded for playing good football, and manual defending right now, it just rewards mechanic abusers. I don't know what's up with matchmaking, but I feel like I barely ever play anyone bad. Champs, rivals, or live events. That's a great point. When I was 10-0 in weekend league this week, 8 of those players were 12 wins or above. I asked every single one of them. They were all at least 12 wins. That never used to be the case. You used to get way more balanced matchmaking. That's why after a weekend league session now, your eyes are hurting. We spend weeks with filler promos and dead evos, then get a ridiculous amount of content one weekend, then back to nothing again. Also, he says there, back heels are ridiculous for objectives. They should make them fun. And again, like I said before, evos are a great idea from EA. The more of that, the better. But still, the balance this game mode is off. My good man here, P Money, says same old story. Great at the start, makes changes to please people who just can't hack it, which I do agree with, guys. I'm going to call you out. The launch gameplay was the best gameplay again we've had in years. And then it all got fixed and we went back to just boring gameplay. Upsets more people, game gets worse and worse as they chase fixes. People stop playing, gives up on fixes and focus on new game. Starts promoting new game, rinse and repeat. And we'll obviously see that this year again. When FC27 launches, the hype will be there again. The hype was pretty good at this game, guys. But again, the updates come out like P-Money says there, and bang, we're back to level 1. Gameplay for me, just not rewarding, seems to get worse every time they patch it. My man Neb, try goals, Matt. It's only in beta and not a perfect game for sure, but they've introduced a lot of features that FC's crying out for. To be honest, guys, I've wanted to play goals a week. I've actually just downloaded it. I think I'll give that a go. That's a good idea. Gameplay. It's very boring meta. AI is way too strong. Also, I think this delay is almost unplayable. Other FIFAs, even if I had a disadvantage in gameplay, I still could kind of compensate with the meta that year. That's something that I relate to a lot as well. My ping is maybe 18 ping per game, 16 ping. It's quite slow connection within the UK actually, but still, the ping is okay. Do you have the same experience with your connections? Not only that though, I honestly seem to play more players in France, Germany, or the Netherlands than people in the UK, which again surely affects connection. And it's got to be said, by the way, every time, and it's got to be said, nearly every time I play someone in France, they are genuinely incredible at this game. I don't know what it is over there, guys, but these French players are built different.